I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Just play along with me. I'm going to ask you to put your head down for a moment. I'm going to ask you to bow your head. You don't have to. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And I'm going to ask you to bow your head. You could put your head clunk down. Don't fall asleep. Just bow your head and close your eyes, if you would, for me. Imagine for a moment you've landed in heaven and find yourself standing on the sea of glass in the throne room of God. You look up, and on the other side of the sea is God's majestic throne. And your eyes are drawn to the colors and brightness of the throne, surrounded by the pulsating emerald rainbow. And you're awestruck when you realize God himself is sitting on the throne, and you're now in his presence. Between you and the throne, you notice a golden altar being attended to by angels. And you're captivated by the smoke billowing up from the altar, filling the throne room and wafting towards God's throne. And you begin to pick up a sweet odor in the air that you detect is coming from the smoke of the altar where the angels are gathered around and busying themselves. And you watch the angels around the altar, and you notice several keep stirring the smoldering coals, while others pour out burning coals. Still others continuously sprinkle something over the coals. You think to yourself, this altar seems to be the central place of activity in God's throne room. You also think it's interesting to note that the angels aren't burned by these coals, or the hot fire, or even affected by the clouds of smoke swirling around them. And at times you can barely see them through the clouds created by the stirring of the coals. Suddenly you wonder, what smells so good in this place? So you ask a nearby angel, what's filling this place with such a seductive aroma that smells so beautiful? He answers and says it's the fragrance coming from the prayers sitting on the coals that are mixed with the angelic incense. You comment to the angel, I've never smelled anything so beautiful. He simply remarks, yes, God feels the same way. So I ask him, do they tend to the altar without stopping? He says God would never want us to stop. He loves the aroma too much. And you think to yourself, I never knew how beautiful prayer was to God. And I never knew how big a part the role of prayer plays in the presence of God and in the atmosphere of his throne room. And you ask yourself, have my prayers ever added to the sweet aroma of this place?